Welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for our final game of Week 14. It'll be the Monday night game, and this one features the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers as we wrap up week number 14 here tonight. All right, this is a big game for Pittsburgh. They come into this week still in first place in the AFC Central. Let's take a look at the standings here as I'm toggling down here. Take a look. All right, Pittsburgh comes in at 7-6, and let's take a look at the standings here. Pittsburgh at 76. Cleveland and Cincinnati are both 6-8, a game and a half back. If the Steelers win, they'll be 2 games up. And I'm trying to see if anybody could catch them. Yes, so they won't clinch their division yet, as they have a game against Cleveland coming up. That's a big game. But Pittsburgh can get one step closer to the division title with a win here today. Philadelphia comes in at 5-8. If they lose this game, they are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. In all likelihood, they're eliminated already, but not officially so, as I don't see an 8-8 team in either conference making the playoffs, but you never know. That's why we play the games. All right, Evil Dead is now 106-74. He's 32 games over 500. He got the last game right. Evil Dead has taken the Steelers in this one. He already texted me earlier today on that. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's head out to what they call this stadium now. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh for this one here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the Eagles and the Steelers on Monday night. And welcome in to another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports, the final game of week number 14. Evil Dead's got Pittsburgh in this one. Pittsburgh trying to get one step closer to a division title. Philadelphia trying to keep their very, very, very slim playoff hopes alive. Philadelphia will get the ball first. We're underway live from the Steel City. It'll be fielded at the 5-yard line, bringing it back for Philadelphia, number 22. That's Don Reese. And Reese brings it out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Philadelphia will have it, 1st and 10, led by their starting quarterback, Caden Powell, in his 6th year out of Kentucky. So the Eagles will get the ball first. Been a disappointing season for Philadelphia so far. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Got hit as he threw. Incomplete. Coming around the outside, number 53 for Pittsburgh, James Garrison, the rookie out of Tennessee, the linebacker. Put the pressure on. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Eagles come out in the offset eye. Powell under center. Powell hands off to Marcus Lattimore, who gets out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 before being tackled by Ivory Whiteside, the rookie out of Alabama A&M. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Marcus Lattimore, the 3rd-year back out of Tulsa, the youngest of the 3 Lattimore brothers. 3 wide on 3rd down. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Powell looking. Throws down the middle. Caught. Making the catch, number 81. Tommy Stewart, the tight end in his 6th year out of Vanderbilt. A gain of 11. And that'll be a Philadelphia first down. The Battle of Pennsylvania here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. Tries to get outside, and Lattimore out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 yards and bring up 2nd and 6. Opening drive of the game on an overcast night here in Pittsburgh. 43 degrees at kickoff. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun on 2nd down. Lattimore goes out in motion. 5 wide now. Powell takes the snap. Throws. Caught by Stewart down to the 46. And that'll be a gain of 8, and that'll be enough for a first down. As the Eagles cross midfield and get into Pittsburgh territory. If the Steelers lose this game, then the AFC Central is wide open once again. On 1st and 10, Powell hands off to Lattimore, and Lattimore picks up 3 yards to the 42-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. I think we have an injury timeout as number 90 has gone to the sideline. That's Melvin Austin, the defensive tackle. 2nd and 7 now from the 42-yard line. Opening drive of the game. 5:59 left in the first quarter. Eagles on the move. Eagles trying to get the upset. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun on 2nd and 7. Powell hands off to Lattimore. Picks up the first down. Down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, Philadelphia. 5:45 and counting here in the first quarter. Our final game of Week 14. 3 wide to the far side. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the Steeler 30-yard line. Powell draws back. Powell looking, throws deep, and it's knocked down. Ben to rise. The safety knocks it down. The ball was a little bit underthrown. They were looking for Tommy Stewart. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Ben to rise, the safety in his 6th year out of New Mexico State. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Powell in the gun. Lattimore in motion. Powell draws back. Throws near side. Oh, diving attempt incomplete. They tried to get it out to the tight end, Terrence Ferguson. Incomplete. The rookie out of Oregon. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles now at the Steeler 30-yard line. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Lattimore in motion. Powell looking. Powell throws. Down the middle. Caught. John Provost down to the 2-yard line. A 28-yard catch. 1st and goal, Philadelphia at the 2. Ben DeRise making the tackle. But Philadelphia on the doorstep. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Coming up on 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Nice opening drive for Philadelphia. They come out in the eye. Powell under center. Powell pitches to Lattimore. And Lattimore is going to lose 2 yards back to the 4-yard line as Thomas came in and made the tackle. Travis Thomas in his 5th year out of Tennessee State. And it looks like Provost got shaken up on the play. He'll go to the sideline. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. So the Eagles will come out on 2nd and 4. They come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Throws near side. Caught. by Stewart. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 4-yard touchdown catch by Tommy Stewart, the 6th-year tight end out of Vanderbilt. And Philadelphia marches down the field on the opening drive and gets the touchdown. Nice drive by the Eagles. They take a 6-0 lead. And now Andy Bennett will come on for the extra point. Bennett for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. Eagles lead at 7-0. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. At the confluence of the Allegheny and the Monongahela, which forms the Ohio River. Our Week 14 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. We got it in there. And now Andy Bennett will kick off for Philadelphia. From the 4-yard line, bringing it back on the return. Trying to pick up who this is. This is Brian Talbert in his 2nd year out of Kentucky on the return. Talbot brings it out. Nice return out to the 35-yard line. That's where Pittsburgh will take over. Tony McAvenue, the 3rd-year quarterback out of Washington State. This will be Pittsburgh's opening drive, down 7-0. As Philadelphia got the touchdown on the opening drive. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead on this Sunday. Great to have you along. 4 wide for the Steelers. McAvenue under center. Single back. They hand off to Mike Marshall. And Marshall picks up a yard to the 37. On the tackle, number 34 is Cedric Joseph, the safety, the rookie out of Florida. Marshall, the 4th-year back out of California, Berkeley. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 37-yard line for the Steelers. 5 wide, empty backfield now for McAvenue. McAvenue drops back, throws near side, caught by Talbot out of the backfield, out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Talbot in his 2nd year out of Kentucky. 3rd and 5 for the Steelers now at their own 41-yard line. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. Single back. McAvenue back. Throws. And it's caught. No, it's dropped. Incomplete. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Number 85. That's Ron Shanklin. Should have caught it. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. The Steelers go 3 and out. And they'll have to punt. Cody Meyer back to punt in his 11th year out of North Dakota State. Meyer gets the punt away. And that's going to be inside the 10 and into the end zone touchback. Philadelphia will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line, up 7-0. So the Eagles get a touchdown their opening drive, and Pittsburgh goes 3 and out. Steelers can have a 2-game lead with 2 to go if they can win tonight. If they lose, they're only going to be 1 game up. 4 wide, 3 to the far side on 1st and 10 from the 20. Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell throws. And it's caught by Stewart, who's having a big first quarter, out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 21 yards to the tight end, Tommy Stewart. 1st down, Philadelphia. Eagles off to a strong start. They're 5-8. If the Eagles lose this game, they are eliminated from the playoffs. They keep their very slim playoff hopes alive with a win. First and 10 from the 41-yard line. 3:40 and counting. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Lattimore in motion now. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Powell back. Throws underneath. And Lattimore can't hold on. Incomplete. I never did tell you during the last game who they play next week, so let's do that right now. Miami will host Indianapolis next week. And Green Bay is at Chicago. And for these two teams, I'll tell you right after this play. 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore out to the 41-yard line, a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. For these two teams, Pittsburgh has a big game at Cleveland next week, especially if Pittsburgh loses this game. And Philadelphia will host the Giants next week. 3rd and 9. Powell in the shotgun. 5 wide. Powell looking. Steps up. Throws and throws it away. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And Philadelphia is going to have to punt. Going to be 4th and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Steelers defense digs in on that one. Andrew York back to punt. And York gets the punt away. From the 15-yard line on the return is Talbert out to the 23-yard line. And that's where Pittsburgh will take over, 1st and 10. Down 7-0. 2:46 left to play here in the first quarter. Our Week 14 Monday night game to wrap up the week here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. On a cold, overcast night. First and 10 from the 23-yard line. In the offset eye, McAvenue under center. McAvenue fakes the handoff. Throws deep downfield. Overthrows everybody. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. After this game today, we'll have baseball. We'll have Game 4 of the NLDS between the Marlins and the Padres. Marlins lead that best of 5, 2-1. They can wrap it up tonight. We'll have that after football. 2nd and 10 from the 23, 4 wide. McAvenue looking. McAvenue throws. Incomplete. Threw it behind his receiver. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Yeah, we'll get a baseball game in tonight. Third and 10 from the 23, 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue looking. Throws deep down the sideline. It's knocked down. Eli Hicks, the defensive back, knocks it down. The intended receiver was Ron Gooden, the rookie out of San Diego State. Incomplete, be 4th down. And Pittsburgh's going to have to punt again. Cody Meyer back to punt on 4th and 10. Meyer gets the punt away. And Farrakhan at the 31-yard line by Don Reese. Philadelphia will take over, 1st and 10. 2:27 left to play here in the first quarter. Eagles up 7-0. Eagles trying to stave off elimination. If they lose, they're mathematically out of the playoffs. 3 backs in the backfield. Powell amongst them in the shotgun. Powell takes the snap, hands off to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore picks up 2 to the 34-yard line. They'll bring up 2nd and 8. 2:15 and counting. Here in the first quarter, Eagles up 7-0. Again, 3 backs in the backfield. Powell in the shotgun. On 2nd and 8. Powell to Lattimore again up the middle. And Lattimore down to the 37-yard line. A gain of 4 more. It's going to be 3rd and 4. 1:45 and counting. On 3rd down, 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. 1:35 left in the quarter. Now empty backfield as Lattimore goes out as a receiver. Powell looking, throws to Lattimore, coming across, and gets it out to the 48, a gain of 11. First down, Philadelphia. Eagles get another first down Eagles have dominated the first quarter. They're only up 7-0, but they've kind of dominated. .115 left. Clock is moving here in the first. Everybody bunched up tight this time. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Lattimore goes out as the receiver. Powell throws out to Lattimore. Down the sideline. Gets out to the 49. Just a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Making the tackle there is Ben DeRise on the sideline. 2nd and 9 from the 49. We're down to 42 seconds left. Powell in the shotgun. Powell drops back. Powell looks, throws, caught down the sideline. That's Simmons down to the 20-yard line. James Simmons, a gain of 29 yards. The 8th-year receiver out of Chattanooga. First down, Eagles at the Pittsburgh 20-yard line. Well, the Eagles have come out playing like gangbusters today. This might be the last play of the quarter. We're down to 12 seconds. On 1st and 10, they hand off to Lattimore. And Lattimore gets down to the 14-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. Eagles up 7-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We go to the second quarter. Eagles up 7-0. 2nd and 4 from the Steeler 14-yard line. Powell back. Powell in trouble, rolls out, throws downfield, incomplete. Looking for Simmons in the end zone. It was knocked away by Jake Craven, the 7th-year defensive back out of Ohio State. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 14. Eagles looking to take a 2-score lead. 3rd and 4, 3 to the near side. Powell in the shotgun. Powell drops back. Powell looking, throws, dumps it off underneath to Jason Stackhouse down to the 10. He's going to be just shy of the first down, about a half a yard short, be 4th and inches. Let's see what Philadelphia does here. Stackhouse in his 5th year out of Colgate. Do the Eagles go for it? Yes. On 4th and inches, Powell in the shotgun with a back on either side. From the Steeler 10, Powell back. Powell looking, throws, dumps it off, and it's the first down is gained by Jake Bennett out of the backfield, the 11th year back out of Oklahoma. A gain of 4. So the Eagles get a 4th down conversion. 1st and goal from the 6. I like the call. Got to be aggressive down here. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and goal. Powell back. Powell looking. Steps up. He's going to take off. And he's in for the touchdown. Caden Powell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the surprising Eagles take a 13-0 lead on Pittsburgh. Surprise, surprise. Eagles playing like the team that still has a playoff shot. And now Andy Bennett will come on for the extra point. The Steelers have been inconsistent all season. Bennett for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 14-0 Eagles. 6:56 left to play here in the first half. Live from Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, our Week 14 Monday night football game here at Jammin' Sports as we wrap up the week. Yep, Evil Dead doing his Vince Lombardi imitation. What the hell is going on out there? There's the kickoff. From the 4-yard line on the return, that's Talbert. And Brian Talbert out to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh now down 14-0. Will come back out. Tony McAvenue, the quarterback. 6:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Want to welcome everybody in on this Sunday night or afternoon, depending on where you are. We're still late afternoon here in Nashville. The sun's still up. 1st and 10 from the 26. McAvenue in the shotgun. 1st and 10. McAvenue fakes the handoff. Throws deep. Caught. Ron Shanklin down to the 34-yard line. "40 yards, Ron Shanklin. First down, Pittsburgh, the 9th-year receiver out of Oklahoma State. Oregon State, I'm sorry. 9th-year receiver out of Oregon State. Want to make sure I get it right. 1st and 10, Steelers from the Eagle 34-yard line, 4 wide. McAvenue in the gun. Pittsburgh trying to get back in the game. McAvenue to Marshall, and Marshall picks up a yard to the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. Coming up on 6 minutes left in the half. Eagles up 14-0. 5 wide for the Steelers on 2nd and 9. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue looking, throws downfield, and it's knocked down, nearly picked off by Cedric Joseph, the rookie safety out of Florida. Oh, that was a missed opportunity there. It'll be 3rd and 9. And that'll stop the clock with 5:55 left here in the second quarter. 3 to the near side on 3rd and 9. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue rolls out, throws downfield, caught. Eddie Terrell down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 19 yards for Terrell, the 2nd-year receiver out of North Carolina State. First down, Pittsburgh. Dragging him down, Don Reese, the defensive back. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the Eagle 14-yard line. 4 wide, but in tight. McAvenue under center. McAvenue fakes it to Marshall. Looking. Throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line. 5:24 left to play here in the first half. Steelers come out 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. McAvenue hands off to Talbot. And Brian Talbot out to the 10-yard line. A gain of 4. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. I like those Eagle uniforms. They look good. The Eagles should go back to those full time. I like those. 3rd and 6 from the 10-yard line. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue looking. Throws to the end zone. It's knocked down. Devontae Ross, the linebacker, knocks it down. The 9th-year linebacker out of North Carolina State. It'll be 4th and 6. Pittsburgh's going to have to settle for a field goal. Garrett Brown will come on. This will be a 27-yard attempt to get the Steelers on the board. Brown in his 3rd year out of Penn State. Snap is up, and the kick is good. Steelers are on the board, but the Eagles lead it 14-3. On a cold, overcast night in Pittsburgh. 4:51 left to play here in the second quarter. Our Week 14 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. We wrap up Week 14. We'll have baseball after this. Marlins Padres, game number 4 of that best of 5. Marlins lead it 2-1. There's the kick from the 7-yard line on the return. Out over the 30. Nice return, trying to get outside, number 83. And that is Dean McKenzie, the rookie out of Oklahoma, on the return out to the 39. So the Eagles get pretty decent field position to start this next drive. 1st and 10 with 4:45 left in the half. Steelers come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Powell draws back. Throws. Dumps it underneath. Making the catch. Chase Lane, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, the wide receiver, making the catch. Good for 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. .425 left in the half. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up a yard out to the 47-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Four minutes left to play here in the first half. Eagles up 14-3. 3rd and 2 from their own 47. Powell in the shotgun with a back on either side. Powell drops back. Powell looking. And he's going to get hit as he throws. They're going to count that as a sack. Cameron Hayward, they said he was down. A loss of 6 on the sack. It'll be 4th and 8, and the Eagles will have to punt. Andrew York will come on to punt for Philadelphia. On 4th and 8. York gets the punt away. Fielded at the 18-yard line by Talbot, brings it out to the 30-yard line. All right, I have to step away for a play or two. So I'll be right back. I'll be back as quick as I can. Looked like anybody scored while I was away. Gain of a yard, be 2nd and 9. Put my headphones back on. 2nd and 9 for Pittsburgh from the 31-yard line. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. Throws. Dumps it off across the middle to Shanklin. He can't hold on. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Steelers. Under 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Apologize, I had to get up for a moment. 3rd and 9 from the 31-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side. McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue drops back. Rolls out. And throws it away. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. That'll stop the clock with 2:49 left here in the first half. Cody Meyer back to punt for the Steelers. Meyer gets the punt away. And fielded at the 22-yard line by Don Reese. Brings it back to the 26. And that's where Philadelphia will have it 1st and 10. 2:42 left in the half. Eagles up 14-3 in our Week 14 Monday night game. On 1st and 10. Eagles playing well tonight, despite their 5-8 record. 4 wide for Philadelphia. Powell in the shotgun. Powell throws, and it gets dumped and hit at the line. Number 99, Tyson Powers, knocked it down. The 7th-year defensive end out of Alabama. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. .239 left in the half. On 2nd and 10, Powell in the shotgun. Powell, hands off, nope, fakes it. Rolls out, in trouble, and gets sacked back at the 20-yard line. Tyson Powers once again. This time on the sack. A loss of 6. It'll be 3rd and 16 back at the 20-yard line. So big 3rd down coming up for Philadelphia, 14-3. Steelers trying to get the ball back and score before halftime if they can. on 3rd and 16. 4 wide for the Steelers. Powell in the shotgun. Lattimore in motion. 5 wide. Powell throws outside, incomplete. Trying to make the catch was Chase Lane, but he couldn't haul it in. And the Steeler defense holds. It'll be 4th and 16. 2:04 left in the half. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Andrew York will get the punt away. There's the punt. And from the 35-yard line, Talbert makes a fair catch at the 36. 2-minute warning here in the first half. Eagles up 14-3. Comes with 1:59 left. Both teams have 3 timeouts. Let's see if the Steelers can get a touchdown. The Steelers do get the ball first in the second half, so a chance for a twofer here for Pittsburgh if they can pull it off. 3 receivers to the far side. McAvenue on 1st and 10 in the shotgun. McAvenue back. McAvenue throws outside to Marshall. Turns upfield, and Mike Marshall out to the 39. A gain of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Devontae Ross on the tackle for Philadelphia. Overcast night here in Pittsburgh. 1:35 left in the half. 2nd and 6. McAvenue drops back. Throws downfield. Caught this time. Eddie Terrell out to the 41-yard line. 20 yards. They take a timeout into Philadelphia territory. Down to the Eagle 41-yard line. 20-yard catch by Eddie Terrell. So the Steelers now on the move, trying to get back in the game, trying to make it a 1-score game going into halftime. They have it at the Eagle 41-yard line. 1:26 left. McAvenue under center. McAvenue looking, throws, dumps it off to Shanklin, and Shanklin to the 36, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. 1:15 and counting. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here with you tonight. Great to have you along. 5 wide, McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back, throws underneath, wide open is James Goodwin down to the 24, a gain of 12. Goodwin in his 4th year out of Washington. We're down to 40 seconds. Pittsburgh still with 2 timeouts. They haven't used one yet. Now we're under 30 seconds. McAvenue, 1st and 10 from the Eagle 24. McAvenue back, looking, throws deep, and in the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Eddie Terrell. He overthrew him. It'll be 2nd and 10. 21 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the Eagle 24. Pittsburgh still with 2 timeouts. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue back. Throws outside. And that is Kenneth Perry, the tight end, making the catch. Good for 2 yards. Pittsburgh takes their 2nd timeout with 16 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. I think you take a shot at the end zone here. You're running out of time. 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. McAvenue looking, throws down the middle. Oh, incomplete. Shanklin. Pass got broken up at the last second by Don Reese, the 10th-year defensive back out of Indiana. Shanklin, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th down. Pittsburgh will take the field goal. Garrett Brown will come on. This will be from 39 yards to make it a 1-possession game. Garrett Brown from 39. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And it's 14-6 in favor of Philadelphia. So the Steelers do salvage some points with 10 seconds left. Philadelphia at 5 and 8, Pittsburgh at 7 and 6. And now Garrett Brown will kick off. Actually, Garrett Brown will kick off with 10 seconds left. Out of the end zone, touchback. And Philadelphia will have it at the 30-yard line with 10 seconds left. 1st and 10. Great to have you along on this Sunday afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. 2 backs in the backfield. Powell in the shotgun, 1st and 10. They hand off to Lattimore. It's a give-up play. And the Eagles are just going to let the clock run out. We go to halftime. Halftime score, Philadelphia 14, Pittsburgh 6, here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We get set for the second half. There's the kickoff. Steelers will get the ball first. Talbert from the 5-yard line over the 20 and out to the 24-yard line. Here at Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, our Week 14 Monday night game. Philadelphia leads Pittsburgh 14-6 as we start the third quarter. Let's see if Pittsburgh can get back in the game. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Tony McAvenue, the quarterback, in his third year out of Washington State. Four wide for the Steelers, but kind of in tight. McAvenue under center. 1st and 10. McAvenue fakes the handoff, throws downfield, caught. Ron Shanklin out to the 38-yard line, a gain of 14, and a Pittsburgh first down. Eagles lead at 14-6 here in the third quarter. Steelers have a huge game with the Browns next week, and the game gets a lot bigger if the Steelers lose this game. 5 wide, 1st and 10. McAvenue looking. McAvenue throws near side, and that's caught by Kenneth Berry, the tight end, out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. $7:15 and counting. 2nd and 4 for the Steelers at their own 44-yard line. McAvenue under center. McAvenue hands off to Marshall, and Mike Marshall trying to get outside. Second effort. Marshall picks up the first down. A 4-yard gain out to the 48-yard line. First down, Steelers. $6:45 and counting here in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh at their own 48. McAvenue in the shotgun. Now they shift. Still going to be 5 wide, empty backfield. McAvenue drops back. Throws, caught by Kenneth Berry again, the tight end, out to the 38. They cross midfield. A gain of 14 and a Steeler first down. If the Steelers get a touchdown on this drive, they'll go for 2, undoubtedly. First and 10 from the 38. McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue looking. Dumps it down the middle. Making the catch is Brett Roper, the tight end, in his 4th year out of Utah. He picks up 5 to the 33, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5. 5:50 and counting. Here in the third. 5 wide, McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue drops back. Throws downfield. Caught by Talbert at the 23-yard line. A gain of 10. Brian Talbert, second year back out of Kentucky. First down, Pittsburgh. Down to the Eagle 23-yard line. And the Steelers tie it back up in the I formation, 1st and 10. An audible by McAvenue now. Play action. Throws down the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Ron Shanklin. A 23-yard touchdown catch. And the Steelers pulled to within 2. 14-12. They'll go for 2. Nice catch and run by Ron Shanklin. Gets the touchdown. There the Steelers be. Now they'll go for 2. Try to tie this one up. 5 wide, empty backfield for McAvenue for the 2-point try. McAvenue looking, throws, and he overthrows. Oh, he had a receiver open. He had Brent Roper open in the middle of the end zone, and he overthrows him. It remains a 14-12 ball game in favor of Philadelphia with 5:05 left to play here in the third quarter. Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our Week 14 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. So the Eagles maintain their 2-point lead. Garrett Brown will kick off for Pittsburgh. From the 6-yard line on the return, Don Reese. And Reese brings it out to the 27-yard line. Caden Powell will lead the offense. The 6th-year quarterback out of Kentucky. Philadelphia will start from their own 27. Once again, we'll have baseball after this. Game 4 of the NLDS between the Marlins and the Padres. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Powell looking, throws, caught. Making the catch, Terrence Ferguson, the tight end. A 9-yard gain out to the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Philadelphia. Eagles were up 14-0 at one point. Pittsburgh's come back to make it 14-12. 2nd and 1 for the Eagles. Powell in the shotgun. Powell quickly throws and incomplete. He was looking for Stackhouse as he was nailed as he was trying to catch it. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 1. Steeler defense now playing tight. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore, picks up the first down. Lattimore out to the 48. A gain of 12 for Marcus Lattimore, 3rd-year back out of Tulsa. Michael Miller, the safety, comes up and makes the tackle in his 7th year out of Florida State. 1st and 10 Eagles now, as we're coming up on 4 minutes left in the third quarter. 4 wide, Powell in the gun. Lattimore goes out in motion. Powell throws outside to Lattimore, out to the 46. That'll be a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 as they cross midfield in the Steeler territory. 3:45 and counting. Philadelphia comes out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back, throws, caught underneath by Tommy Stewart out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 5, and that'll be enough for the first down. Keeps the Eagle drive alive. 3:18 and counting. We're in the third quarter. 4 wide on 1st and 10. Powell in the shotgun. Powell back. Throws down the middle. Caught. Stackhouse down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 23 for Jason Stackhouse. First down, Philadelphia. Perfect pass by Powell. Nice adjustment by Stackhouse. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. If the Eagles get a touchdown, it's a 2-score game. They'd be up by 9. In the offset eye, Powell under center. Powell, they pitch to Lattimore. He gets hit in the backfield. Nice play by Eldon Burns, the linebacker, the fifth-year linebacker out of UNLV. He read that beautifully. A loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15 back at the 21-yard line. Beautiful play by Burns. On 2nd and 15 from the 21, Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Powell looking, throws near side, incomplete. He overthrew Stackhouse, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 15. Big third down here. With 2:10 left in the third. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. 3rd and 15. Now they shift. Empty backfield. 5 wide. Powell drops back. Powell looking. Throws down the middle. And it's tipped and almost intercepted by Samson Aaron. Incomplete. Aaron in his 5th year out of Arizona State. They were looking for James Simmons. It'll be 4th down. And now the Eagles will try a 38-yard field goal. Andy Bennett from 38 to put them up by 5. Snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. Eagles lead it 17-12. A 5-point lead for Philadelphia. Keeps it a 1-score game. 2:02 left here in the third quarter. Acusure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our Week 14 Monday night game here at Jammin' Sports. Next week, Pittsburgh's at Cleveland, and that could be a huge game. And Philadelphia will host the Giants next week. And now Bennett will kick off. From the 2-yard line, Talbert on the return over the 20. And Brian Talbert out to the 23-yard line. McAvenue, his stats on the day. Steelers down by 5. They get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 23. They can take the lead with a touchdown. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead here with you on this Sunday afternoon, early Sunday evening. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line in the I formation. McAvenue to Marshall, and Mike Marshall out to the 25, a gain of 2 yards. On the tackle, number 53, that's Jacoby Bird, the 6th-year linebacker out of Louisiana Lafayette. 1:40 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 25. Everybody in tight. McAvenue under center. McAvenue. Play action. McAvenue looking. He's going to throw it deep. And, nearly caught by Shanklin. He was upended by Eli Hicks. Incomplete. Great coverage by Hicks. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. 1:26 left here in the third. It went for broke on that one. Everybody in tight once again on 3rd down. Single back. McAvenue back. They pick up the blitz. And he throws outside. Nice move by Roper. Gets the 1st down. A gain of 13 by Brent Roper. He turned inside, faked out the defender, and picked up the 1st down. Great move here. He didn't go straight upfield. He turned inside. Picked up the 1st down. Steelers now 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. We're coming up on a minute left here in the third quarter. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue looking. Throws near side. Caught by Shanklin out to the 44. That'll be a gain of 6. Gets out of bounds. Will stop the clock with 52 seconds left here in the third. And bring up 2nd and 4. Four wide, McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue hands off to Marshall. Out to the 45, a gain of a yard. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws deep downfield and it's knocked down. Incomplete. Broken up by Delino West, the 5th-year safety out of Alabama. They were looking for James Goodwin, and that'll bring up 4th down, and Pittsburgh will have to punt. 4th and 3 from the 45-yard line. Cody Meyer back to punt. Meyer gets the punt away. And that's going to, oh, look at that. It just dropped at the 5-yard line. It's like he had a reverse spin on that. Watch how the ball just stopped. Curbside service. 1st and 10, Philadelphia from the 5-yard line with 5 seconds left. They lead it 17-12. Our Week 14 Monday night game. Almost at the end of the quarter here. Powell in the shotgun. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up the 1st down out to the 17, a gain of 12. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Eagles up 17-12 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome on back. Acrisure Stadium. We start the 4th quarter. Eagles up 17-12. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Powell looking. Throws down the middle. Caught by Tommy Stewart out to the 35. A gain of 18. 1st down, Eagles. All right, I'll take care of this asshat right here. I hate these bots. I took care of that. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Powell looking. Powell dumps it off. Caught by Stewart out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Jake Craven on the tackle for the Steelers. Eagles up by 5, trying to increase their lead. This would be a major upset. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. You removed a man. Throws underneath. Caught by Stewart. And Tommy Stewart. A gain of 7 out to the 46-yard line. You unbanned him just to ban him again. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Evil Dead wanted a shot at him. I have not heard a word. 1st and 10. Powell to Lattimore. Lattimore gets turned around and turns upfield, makes something out of nothing. A gain of 7 out to the 47-yard line. Lattimore should have been hit for a 3-yard loss, broke the tackle, and got a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3 at the Steeler 47-yard line. Eagles up by 5, trying to make it a 2-score game. Powell on 2nd and 3. Lattimore in motion. Powell back. Powell throws outside. And Lattimore wasn't expecting it. And that'll bring up 3rd down. .609 left. Four wide for Philadelphia. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Lattimore. And Lattimore out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 1st and 10. Michael Miller, the safety, on the tackle, but Philadelphia's got a drive going now. Eating up time, up by 5. 5:48 and counting. 5 wide, 4 to the far side. Powell in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Powell drops back, throws underneath, caught by Tommy Stewart down to the 32-yard line. A gain of 10, and that'll be an Eagle 1st down. Clock is moving. 5:25 and counting. Eagles come out. Powell in the shotgun. First and 10. Powell hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore is going to lose a yard back to the 33-yard line. Jake Craven came in from his safety position. Made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11. Coming up on 5 minutes left. Eagles up by 5. And they have the ball, eating up time. 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell draws back. Powell looking. Throws deep. Caught. Making the catch. James Simmons down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 16. And a Philadelphia first down. They keep the drive alive and they keep the clock a-rolling. Nice drive by Philadelphia here. Coming up on 4.5 minutes left. Eagles come out 4 wide. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Powell drops back. Throws quickly underneath. Incomplete. Tried to get it to John Provost, coming across. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. .423 left. On 2nd and 10, Powell in the gun. Lattimore in motion. Powell looking. Throws underneath. Caught. Making the catch, Terrence Ferguson down to the 10-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. So a big 3rd down for Philadelphia right here. A field goal keeps it a 1-score game. That's what the Steelers are trying to get. 3rd and 3 from the 10. Powell looking, throws quickly, caught by Stackhouse down to the 2. A gain of 8. It'll be 1st and goal, Philadelphia. Jason Stackhouse on the catch in his 5th year out of Colgate. Down to 3:40 left. 4 wide for Philadelphia. Powell in the shotgun. 1st and goal. Powell looking. Throws a fade. Caught. Nope. Dropped by Simmons. Incomplete. Simmons had it in the corner. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. He should have had that one. On 2nd and goal from the 2, Powell in the shotgun. Powell looking. Powell going to take off, and he gets in for the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by Caden Powell. And Philadelphia goes up 23-12. They're up by 11. Eagles have made it a 2-score game. Eagles have come to play tonight. And now Andy Bennett will come on for the extra point. This will put Philadelphia up by 12. Bennett for the PAT. Snap, kick is up. Kick is good. Eagles lead at 24-12. Well, that's a 95-yard drive for Philadelphia. 3:22 left to play here at Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our Week 14 Monday Night Football game here at Jammin' Sports. Eagles up by 12 with 3:22 left. Can the Steelers mount a comeback? If not, that Browns-Steeler game next week is going to be huge. Browns have beat the Steelers already this season in the first game. There's the kick from the 5-yard line. On the return, number 86, Eddie Terrell, out to the 34-yard line. Nice return. That's where Pittsburgh will have it. 1st and 10. 3:18 left. They're down by 12. Pittsburgh will now have a 1-game lead over both Cleveland and Cincinnati. Pittsburgh will be 7-7. Still in first place. That's how weak this division has been. 1 game up on the Bengals and Browns. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. McAvenue in the gun. McAvenue back. Sets up a screen pass to Mike Marshall down the sideline. And Marshall out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. 3 minutes left to play. Pittsburgh needs to have a sense of urgency here. They're in the no huddle. 4 wide. McAvenue back. Throws down the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Kenneth Berry coming across. The tight end, incomplete. 2:51 left. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 38-yard line. Baseball up next. Game 4 between the Marlins and Padres. Marlins can wrap it up today with a win. 3rd and 6 from the 38. McAvenue to the sideline is caught at the 46-yard line by Ron Shanklin. That's a gain of 8. And that'll be a Steeler first down. 2:47 left. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from their own 46. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws near side, incomplete. Shanklin had it in his hands and he dropped it. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 2:43 left. Eagles trying to hold on. They're up by 12. On 2nd and 10 from the 46, 4 wide. McAvenue back. Throws, dumps it off. That's Kenneth Berry, the tight end, down to the 31-yard line. 23 yards. First down, Pittsburgh. 2.5 minutes left. If the Steelers can score quickly here, they have a shot. They stay in the no huddle. 4 wide. McAvenue back. McAvenue rolls out. Throws back across. Caught. No, incomplete. Eddie Terrell couldn't hold on. And that'll stop the clock with 2:14 left. 2nd and 10 from the Philadelphia 31-yard line. Steelers come back out. 4 wide. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue drops back. Throws outside. And that is caught by James Goodwin down to the 25. He steps out of bounds. A gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4. That'll stop the clock with 2:10 left. As he stepped out of bounds. On 3rd and 4. McAvenue drops back. Throws quickly. Caught by Brent Roper, the tight end, down to the 13-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, Pittsburgh. That's the 2-minute warning. Here in the 4th quarter, Eagles up 24-12. Acrisure Stadium, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Our Week 14 Monday night game. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. 4 wide for the Steelers. McAvenue in the shotgun. McAvenue hands off to Talbert. And Brian Talbert down to the 7. A gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd and 4. 1:50 and counting. They got to hurry up. I'm sure they'll go to the no huddle here. Yep. 4 wide. McAvenue the gun. McAvenue looking. Throws. Caught. Touchdown. Ron Shanklin. A 7-yard touchdown catch. And that will make it a 6-point game. 24-18. Steelers will just kick the extra point. Make it a 5-point game. 24-18 now with 1:31. The Steelers will probably kick the onside kick. Garrett Brown for the point after. Kick is up. And it's good. 24-19. Eagles now up by 5 with 1:31 left. Let's see if they kick it away. They've got 3 timeouts. They could be either or in this situation. Garrett Brown will line up. Let's see if they do the onside. It looks like they're going to line up for it. Nope, they're going to kick it away. They're going to trust their defense. There's the kick from the 5-yard line. On the return as Don Reese, and Reese brings it out to the 26-yard line. So Pittsburgh's going to start taking their timeouts now. Caden Powell comes out. his stats on the day. Now, if Philadelphia picks up a first down, the game is over. Steelers are trying to force a 3 and out. Eagles up by 5. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Philadelphia comes out. Powell in the shotgun with a back on either side. Powell hands off. And he hands off this time to Ken Green, the second-year back out of Texas A&M. Green only picks up a yard. Pittsburgh takes a timeout. They have 2 left. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. Steelers' only shot is to force a punt here. 2nd and 9 from the 27. Stackhouse in motion. Powell hands off to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore out to the 34. A gain of 7 will be 3rd and 2. Pittsburgh takes their second timeout. Now the Steelers have to get a stop. If the Eagles pick up the first down, it's game over. 3rd and 2 from the 34-yard line. They send 2 receivers out wide. Powell in the shotgun. Powell to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up the first down and more. Out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 8. First down, Eagles. Pittsburgh takes their final timeout. And that's going to be ball game. Pittsburgh can no longer stop the clock. Philadelphia is going to hold on and get the upset. Steelers are going to drop to 7 and 7. Eagles will stay alive at 6 and 8. In the victory formation, Powell takes a knee. They'll have to do that at least one more time. A nice upset win for Philadelphia. They came to play tonight. And this should be the last play of the game. In the victory formation, they take a knee. And that should do it. A nice win for Philadelphia. As the final seconds will tick away, Powell will probably take another knee here. Ball game. Your final score, Philadelphia 24, Pittsburgh 19. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Baseball up next. Marlins Padres NLDS Game 4. We'll see you then.